Hey there, my friends. It's Jen Pitta with By the Shore Stamping. Welcome into another edition of Teach Me Tuesday. Since it's Father's Day this weekend, I thought I would focus on the Sailing Home bundle today because it's a perfect stamp set for your masculine cards. It works great for travel and beach and things like that too, but it just really speaks to me in a masculine way. So I thought I would do a couple of cards for you actually today because I had a couple left over from another event that I don't think you've seen yet. So let's go ahead and do that. And then I have a bunch of other samples I can show you with this suite because it's really, really beautiful and it's got lots of potential. So let's go ahead and start with this one. I'm using the Sailing Home paper as well. So you can see, you'll see bits and pieces of it as I create these cards. We're using Mossy Meadow as the base. It's 8.5 by 5.5. And then I'm going to fold it in half to make my card base. And I'm actually going to go ahead and tape this piece of newsprint down to the card base. What's really cool about this is they pulled actual like newspaper articles and things and shrunk them down and made the paper with it. So it's kind of cool. It's a little bit of history at the same time. So if you've got a dad that likes that kind of stuff, he'll definitely like this paper too. All right. Let's go ahead and tape that down. And then I have just a little piece of the striped Night of Navy. Colors in here are Night of Navy, Mossy Meadow, Soft Suede. And I think that's it. Maybe a little, Balmy Blue as well. We're not using it on any of these cards today, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this down like this. And then I'm going to layer that over the circle. For some reason, I'm going to kick with putting the circle element under my strips of paper. Just my thing right now. Do you do that? Do you go through like phases where you do certain things and then you kind of grow out of it? It's almost like fashion. You wear certain things for a while and you get bored of it and you move on. So yeah, this is my thing right now. Doing that. And then I'm going to take this small little piece of Whisper White and my Night of Navy ink. And I'm going to stamp thanks on that. I'm also on a kick where I'm just cutting the cardstock at a slant at the end. Don't know where that came from either, but it's my thing right now too. I'm going to stamp thanks. And I'm sorry, I'm a little sniffly today. I don't know if it's allergies or cold or what, but it just came on like crazy yesterday. So I'm feeling a little less than stellar today, but we're powering through. Then I'm going to take the Night of Navy again. I shouldn't have closed that. And I'm going to take the little compass image. I'm going to stamp that on a scrap piece of paper. And then I will punch that out, hoping that I have a punch handy. Let's try this one. I don't think this is the right one. I think I want 1.5 inches. Yep, that's not the right one. Okay. Sorry, I had to step away. I had to find it. But here it is. We got it. It was still packed in some stuff from this weekend. So I just punched that out with the 1.5 inch circle punch. And I'm going to pop this up onto the soft suede circle. I'm going to use some dimensionals. And I forgot to grab a sheet of those, so we'll be using the leftovers here. I always like to do 3 on a circle. Keep it all balanced out. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick that right in the middle here. And then I'm going to put this over it. But because this side is kind of higher than this side, because this is on the pop side, I'm going to put a little dimensional in the back of that too, just to kind of, again, even that out. So I'll put 1 dimensional here and then regular adhesive on this side. And I'll put that over like this. Over a little bit more. There. Okay, and then I'm going to take the Sahara Sand and Night of Navy twine that's in this suite, and I'm going to make a little bow. And I'm just going to do what I call as an air bow, just tying it right here in the air, like that. And I'll floof that a little bit, and then trim it down with my ribbon scissors. Okay, and then I'm going to put this on with a mini glue dot. What did I do with those? Here they are. My desk was empty when I started, and yet I still lose things. So I'm just going to push right down on the glue dot, push down, and then I pull up and it comes off on the back. And I'm going to stick that over here. And there you go, just a quick and easy little sailing home card. So there's one. And then I'm going to do another one quickly for you too, just because I had it all prepped and ready. And I love this suite, and I think it's a great product line for masculine cards in honor of our fathers this weekend. Okay, so again, I'm going to go ahead and put this down. This time I'm actually going to do a little bit of building on here first. Look at this fun paper. And the back side is a nice mossy meadow stripe. I am going to take the soft suede ink, which is another one of the colors in this suite, and the little rope image, this one. And I'm going to stamp that right along here. And I'm not really going to worry about getting this lined up perfectly because it's going to be covered anyway. So I'm just going to stamp it twice, like that. And then I'm going to layer this piece under here. When I layer pieces like this, I usually will put adhesive on the underside of the top layer. And then I use my grid paper to help me make sure I get it lined up. I put it in right in the squares, and then I decide how much I want to show. I'm going to show quite a little bit, so I'm actually going to do about 1.5 boxes. So now I'm using these boxes to make sure that it's straight. And put that down like that. And now I can tape this to the card. I'm going to just tape that right in the middle. Well, kind of towards the top a little bit. And I cut out from the dies from this suite, I cut out one of the little anchor images. And I'm going to stick that down over here on the side. So I'm just going to put that here. And this card was actually inspired right from the catalog. And I'll show you that once we're done. And then I'm going to take the twine again. And this time I'm going to actually wrap it around. And I'm going to tie a bow. You could do a knot instead if you wanted. If you don't like bows, that's totally fine. I just wanted a little more substance over here. So I'm going to do a little bow. And sometimes with the twine, I will do a knot first, but with this one, it's a little thicker. So I'm going to go ahead and tie the bow directly. And then I'll fix this like that. I think if I was to tie a knot first, like look how thick that knot is already. If I was to tie a knot first, it would make it really super bulky. So that's why I opted not to. This twine's a little bit thicker than our usual baker's twine. So, okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to go ahead, now that that's tied around there, I can tape this to the front of the card. Like that. And it's not even, here we go. Okay, so there's that. And then the last step is just to do the greeting, which I die cut again from the dies that coordinate with this. I die cut that little label. And this time I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow ink. And I'm using the greeting that says set sail in the directions of your dreams. This would be a good one for graduates. So this stamp set has a lot of potential for scrapbooking and card making and all sorts of things. There. I think that's a little crooked, but I'm going to let it go. And then I'm going to use some dimensionals on the back here. Do I have any more? I do. Still these little pieces so I don't have to cut the edges yet. A little faster. So we have that, and then we'll take these off, and I'm going to put that right here, kind of overlapping the anchor and underneath that ribbon. And then I grabbed one of the little trinkets from the Sail Away embellishments. You could use the anchor, but since there's one right there, I decided to use the little boat wheel here, and I'm just going to use a couple of glue dots to hold that on. So I'll just put directly down on the glue dot, pull up, and they come off on the back, and I'm going to tape that right there. And there you have that finished one too. So 2 cards, pretty quick. Where'd the other one go? Here's the other one. So I got 2 cards. Let me show you, like I said, where I got the inspiration for this one, which is right here. I love the new layout of the catalog where we have one whole full page to showcase the suite. So this was the inspiration for that card. I'll show you. You can kind of see that there. I just didn't do as much of the die cutting here. I did do the anchor. They did the wheel and the little grassy stuff. So that was the only difference. And I changed the paper here just because I had used all that paper on another project. So I didn't have that one. But that one really looks nice with the stripes. I do like that. So that's where that came from. And then I thought since we were focusing on that, I would show you a couple more samples I have with this suite because it's really pretty. This is one of the ones we made at On Stage back in April. This was one of our make and takes. It's using the note cards and envelopes, but it also uses all the supplies, the paper. We did a watercolor wash on the background and then the stamp set and the die. This was a punch and then that little trinket again. Then this was one I made for a swap. I love this saying, "You are my true north," which is really nice too. Really nice masculine card. This would be good for a husband if you're celebrating Father's Day. And then there's this one. This was another one that I did for a swap. This is super simple. Just a couple of layers of cardstock, some inking, and then a die cut. I stamped it first and then die cut and added that ribbon. And then these are some samples from some other demonstrators from a swap that I did. This is from Roxana, and she did a great job with the paper and the little rope, which is also one of the dies. And then this one, we have another one here. This one is Stamping with Jeannie, Jean Nielsen. So that's a really pretty one too. I love the stitched rectangle framelits, which go beautifully with that since this is stitched too. Then I have this one, which is really nice. This is the new nesting. I forget what they're called. Nesting something. Diamonds? No, nesting something. It's with the bird ballard suite. But these are really nice. This is by Michelle Rushing. That's a really pretty one too. And then the last one I have is this one. Nice and simple, but it's really pretty. This would be a great graduation card as well. And this one is by Bernice Halleck. So yeah, super fun. I did a swap and I had a lot of this one back. So I think this will be a lot of inspiration for this suite on on Pinterest and the social media sites because a lot of people seem to love that one. So yeah, there you go. There's our cards for today. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you next week for another edition of Teach Me Tuesday. And as always, if you like this video, please be sure to subscribe or share with your friends. And if you ever have any suggestions for Teach Me Tuesday topic, feel free to shoot me an email at jenpitta@comcast.net. And lastly, if you don't already have the new catalog and you don't work with a demonstrator, please feel free to reach out to me at jenpitta@comcast.net and I'd be happy to get you out a catalog. Thanks so much for watching and have a great week. Bye.